Please note, this video is meant to show demonstrations only and to give you ideas. It is not meant to be a detailed instructional video. Your timing, setups, opponent's reaction, pressure, and the amount of practice will determine your success with these techniques. When I go for the armbar from the guard, ideally I like to start with head control. Using the pit stop position, you go for an armbar without getting your leg over your opponent's head. If timed properly, you can even hit a double armbar. One thing I like to do when my opponent pulls his arm out when I go for an armbar is switch to the other side, then do a cross leg armbar. And if they start stacking into me, I'll spin underneath them and then finish the armbar on my side. Another thing that I like to do when they stack into me, when I spin underneath them, is I put my shin on the back of their head, so in that way it puts pressure on their head and helps me turn them over so that I can finish the armbar while on top. It's also fairly easy to finish the armbar while having the triangle, and it's also easy to switch to the armbar with the leg over the head while having the triangle too. From the underhook position, the arm crush is one of my favorite submissions to go for. And if you have an opponent that gets very close to you and starts hugging your head while they're inside your guard, it's a good idea to put a frame across their neck, start pushing them away so you can get your hips out. And as you're doing this, you're going to get control of their shoulder, get your leg over, so in that way you can go for a belly down armbar. Sometimes I'll give my opponent's arm a quick pop-up with my hips and shift my body to the side so I can drop their elbow down. Then I'll put their arm underneath my armpit and then go for the under armpit armbar. The spinning armbar is a fundamental but high percentage submission. You can also hit armbars from the north-south position. The near side armbar from knee on belly is a fast and tricky submission. I'm a big fan of the sitting arm crush from side control. I also like to walk my fingers up and get an arm crush from side control on top. And from scarf hold, you can step over their head and finish an arm lock from there. The armbar from the mount should be in everyone's arsenal. If you can't get the armbar from the mount on one side, you can switch over to the other side. I also like to do arm crushes from the mount as well. And another thing that I do is I use an arm crush so I can set up arm bars. I like the arm crush so much that I even go for it from top half guard. A lot of people don't know this, but you can go for the spinning arm bar even from half guard on top. If your opponent has a weak side control, it's possible to pop up to an arm bar from the bottom. I also counter some top kimuras with arm bars. You can get an arm bar from the back mount by doing an underhook variation. And you can also get it by figure fouring your opponent's arm and going for the armbar that way as well. Sometimes I'll even jump right into an armbar from the scarf hold position. I just pull up on their arm, slide my knee in, and throw my leg over. And one of my favorite armbars to do from the turtle position is to get them in a crucifix, roll them over, and when I roll them over, I switch my legs. I throw my outside leg over their wrist and then I hip in. Even when your opponent's belly down and you have their back, you can still go for the armbar. I'll also go for armbars by getting the figure four grip even if I do not have my hooks in. If you like jumping armbars, when your opponent posts on you from sitting guard, that gives you the opportunity to possibly jump in for an armbar. If you get pant and sleeve control on your opponent's spider guard, you could pull both of them up and then step right into an armbar position from the top. The spider guard from the bottom also gives you some good armbar opportunities. I really like the armbar from the X guard because it catches people off guard. An armbar that has been gaining in popularity is the 50-50 armbar. One way that I personally like to do this is by grabbing across to their collar so I can pull them in so I can keep control of their upper body and then I can go for the armbar from there. When you pull guard, look for armbar opportunities. Don't be surprised to see flying armbars in black belt competition. A counter to your opponent's kimura from the half guard is a spinning armbar from the top. Thank you for watching. For the most unique grappling resources available for all learning styles, please visit grapplersguide.com.